Yo, what is going on YouTube? I am Germ here. We're back talking about, once again, one of the biggest stories of the offseason so far, and I really think it's going to probably be one of the biggest stories of the offseason as well. This is the Spica free agency saga. In the last episode where I talked about Spica, the last video, whatever, not really an episode, we talked about how Spica tweeted out that his contract with TSM has been terminated. I tried to get you guys out the news as fast as we could. It was breaking news. The story was going to continue to develop, and since then we've heard some new things. I'm recording this just a couple hours after it's all gone down, but we've already gotten some new comments from TSM and from Spica as well that really do add to this whole situation and can give us some insight onto what TSM's offseason is going to look like, whether they're going to be spending big, going aggressive, or maybe going cheap, maybe going budget. So, and there was the whole conversation too of like, oh, did Spica not want to return? Did TSM not want him after kind of what's happened this year? Why couldn't they agree on things? Was it because of money, or was it because of the roster? Or did Spica just want to leave no matter what? Or did Spica even consider coming back or whatever? And this is what we got from Dominic Callis. This is the VP of esports for TSM, very, very high up at TSM. And really, I think for all intents and purposes, one of the main guys running like the League of Legends team. They don't have a general manager, I don't believe. I think Glenn is just the assistant GM. We know that Reggie has taken a big step back from the League of Legends team this year. So Dominic Callis, one of the main guys running the show. I don't know that he doesn't have like full uncontrollable power or anything like that, but he's making a lot of the calls, making a lot of the decisions. He's doing a lot of the financial stuff. And he tweeted out this. He said, "We could not come to financial terms, period. It was an absolute pleasure to work with Spica this year, and I wish him all the best. Never say never." Now, I don't know what the never say never means. I don't know if that means never say never to Spica coming back to TSM this offseason or any point in the future. If it means, I don't even know. I don't know what never say never could possibly mean in that context. You know, never say never about him leaving in the first place, or I don't know. Maybe they're still holding out some hope. Maybe they think Spica's going to come back. Maybe they think Spica's not going to have that great of a free agent market, or he's not going to find that great of a team to go to or something like that. He's going to end up coming back. I don't know. But the fact that they could not come to financial terms is what most people are going to be taking with and running here. People are going to say, hey, you guys have been flaunting this FTX money. Reggie's talking about how much money they're making off Blitz and yada, yada, yada. And you have a guy who's won an MVP under your banner. You have a team that wasn't very good this year. You have a young guy who could potentially continue to grow and get better in the future, but he's still super marketable, super popular, super fun, super exciting. And if you couldn't agree on financial terms, that kind of implies that Spica would have came back, or that maybe Spica was at least considering coming back, but just the money wasn't right, that he wanted a little bit more. You guys wouldn't offer more or didn't want to offer more. There's a question of like, was Spica asking for some crazy amount? Was Spica asking for too much? Was TSM trying to be cheap? Was TSM not offering enough? I don't know, but it does kind of, not totally, but it does kind of imply that Spica may have returned for the right price, may have returned for the right amount of money. Not like, hey, Spica was just going to leave no matter what. And the top reply to this tweet is very, very interesting. Spica, this is apparently Spica on Discord, and we'll talk about that in a second. I think this is real. I was trying to confirm if it's real or not, but obviously, hey, I'm banned from the TSM Discord. I can't exactly check what's going on. I don't know if this was sent in the TSM Discord or what. I do not know for sure. But also I can't I don't have any other ways to see what Spica's Discord is or anything like that, because I'm not very active on Discord anyway, but obviously I can't even get into the TSM Discord. So I think this is the real Spica. I believe this was a real message. No one has really refuted it yet from what I've seen on Twitter, and I tweeted out asking for people to confirm it and stuff like that as well. Spica says, they offered me $100K above my current salary. And then there's like some Spica emotes too, so this does make me think that it is real. It also does make me think that it is in the TSM Discord as well, which is kind of crazy, a crazy thing to drop. But people are really memeing this. People are really taking this and running with it. People are really calling TSM cheap here, because the thing you have to remember is that Spica was on, probably, we don't know for sure, but we have to assume Spica was on a pretty cheap contract. You know, this contract that Spica was on, this was before he was an LCS player, before he was an MVP, before he had done like any of these things. I don't know if they ever negotiated him up or gave him some more money or anything like that. I don't know, but we have to assume Spica was underpaid previously, especially relative to the other players in the LCS. I mean, look at Team Liquid's roster. I imagine Inspired got a big bag from EG. We know Impact was really, really expensive. And we even know TSM has thrown around a lot of money recently. We know TSM threw all kinds of crazy money at Sword Art. We know that TSM threw, apparently, according to Reggie, 7 figures at Kaido and Shenny in terms of their buyouts and their salaries and everything put together. And again, Spica's contract, I assume, I don't know this for sure, but I'm assuming that Spica's contract was on the mid to lower end of LCS contracts. I'm sure he was doing fine. I wouldn't be surprised too if they bumped his contract up, especially after he won MVP and like had all that. But to only offer him 100K more above his current salary, I think people are seeing that as a big slap in the face. But that also, many people are like, okay, yeah, damn, if I'm Spica, I'm not taking only 100K over my salary either. I'm going to go test free agency and go see what I can get. Now, maybe Spica is going to be able to get a lot more somewhere else. Maybe not, because we are going into economic hard times. You know, people are saying this could be esports winter. So maybe Spica thinks he's going to be able to get way more than he's actually going to. I don't know for sure. But this also lets us know that TSM is probably not going to be very, very aggressive in this offseason. You know, there's been some names thrown around like, oh, maybe TSM should go after Humanoid. Maybe TSM should go after VTO. Maybe TSM should go after some of these big, crazy players, Reckless, even somebody like that. But if TSM is only willing to pay Spica 100,000 more above his current salary, it's not like they're going to be like, oh, Spica, we'll only give you 100,000 more, but we'll go throw a couple million at some random free agents and stuff. Like, especially players that aren't even NA residents. Spica's a guy who's already with the team. He's won an MVP with the team. He's a resident. One of the better resident players in the entire LCS. So if they're not willing to spend up on him, they're not really going to be willing to spend up on too many other players either. That also means they're not going to be spending big buyouts, which probably puts them out of the running for a lot of the top academy players too, honestly. So I don't know that this doesn't necessarily mean that TSM's going super cheap, but it probably means they're going budget, at least to some extent. It probably means they're not going to be super, super aggressive in the offseason. Obviously, I wish I knew what Spica's salary already was. I wish I knew what 100,000 more than that was. But again, I don't think Spica was making like $1 million this past year and they offered him 1.1 or something like that. I'm assuming he was in like the mid to low 100,000s and they were offering him 100,000 more. Which again, when you look at the LCS, I'm sure that was not a super, super competitive salary, but that's getting pretty speculative. I do not know that for sure. Maybe we'll get more about that in the future. I tweeted this out. I said, can someone confirm that this is Spica's real Discord? Is this real? You know, what's going on? And Pretty on Ice, he is like a TSM fan in the TSM Discord, all that shit. He tweeted out, hey, that's him, bruh. And he showed Spica 0642 with that same picture that can be seen in this Spica tweet. So it does seem like it is actually Spica's Discord. And then Pretty on Ice actually said as well, I think he deleted the message and they removed his mod colored name from the TSM Discord. And that's possible if he tweeted something, you know, kind of out of pocket like that out, that he could have deleted it. But I also said the spicier angle is, what if the TSM Discord people deleted it too? Because it's in their Discord. They can moderate it. Obviously, they don't necessarily want stuff like that getting tweeted out. I don't know. But man, it seems like TSM and Spica did not work out, and they are not going to be together in 2022 because of financial reasons. And hey, Spica says, hey, they only offered me 100,000 more, but we also don't know what Spica was asking for. Maybe Spica was just asking for a little bit more. Maybe he was asking for a lot more. It's still very, very possible that Spica could have been asking for some crazy, unrealistic amount of money. I don't know for sure, but I know people are going to be memeing on TSM and flaming TSM for saying, hey, this is your star player, your franchise player, your MVP, and you're not going to re-sign him because of financial reasons? Like, he was willing to come back. You've spent money on all these other players over the past couple of years, and this is when you decide to get cheap. I don't know. It could work out for TSM. Maybe they'll find some new great players to rebuild around. Maybe they'll be a better team going forward in the future. Or maybe their rebuilding that kind of started to turn around at the end of the year is going to be set back a major, major, major big step by not having Spica next year. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But I did think this was a very, very big story that I wanted to get out to you guys. That, yeah, it seems like Dominic Callis has confirmed it was related to financial reasons, and Spica is dropping some bombs on us as well. But that is pretty much it for this video today, guys. Definitely drop a like if you did enjoy it. I would appreciate that so much. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think about anything we talked about in this video today. Consider checking out my Twitch stream, twitch.tv/I_am_germ. There's going to be all kinds of stuff to talk about coming up very, very soon. Drop us a follow, maybe a prime. Subscribe, stay up to date on my latest content. Hopefully catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace.